Hi, Alan Stratton from Woodturning. My brother just came back from Sedona, Arizona. He got enamored by kaleidoscopes that he saw there. Now, I've had a couple of kaleidoscope kits on hand for a long time that I hadn't gotten around to it. So here they are. Finally got around to it. These are mini kaleidoscope. I'd love to have you see inside, but aperture is a little bit small. Hold them up and you twist them and see the colors change. Beautiful patterns, fascinating to watch. Let's make a mini kaleidoscope.
The instructions for this mini kaleidoscope kit specify a 2-inch square blank that is 2 3/8 inches long. Actually, anything over about 1 inch square would do. I'm comfortable with my kaleidoscopes finishing out at about 1 1/2 inches in diameter. I glued up some walnut and padauk for these blanks. With the blank ready, the first step is to drill the center hole with a 13/16 inch Forstner bit. Why 13/16? Maybe to sell more bits. I drilled mine on the lathe. I put a small scrap of wood behind the blank to avoid drilling into my chuck when the bit broke through the other end. Then trim the blank to 2 1/4 inches in length and mount to a pen mandrel with special mini kaleidoscope bushings. I have a set of bushings, but if I had to do it all over again, I'd turn mine from scrap wood. No need for these unless you're making a lot of mini kaleidoscopes. The mini kaleidoscope is shorter than a standard pen, so a spacer is required to fill the slack space on the mandrel. Please make your own wood spacer, best while you make your bushings. With such a short piece of wood, there's not a lot of room for decoration. On this walnut, I'll put a bead on each end. It's time for a little bead practice anyway. The padauk will be plain to let the wood speak for itself. This project is probably an excellent candidate for a multi-wood glue-up. Other than the beads, I'm aiming for an egg shape with the large end being opposite the eyepiece. My personal preference. Then I'll sand up through 400 grit and finish with beeswax and mineral oil. I chose this finish over shellac because it will be handled a lot and I can easily renew the finish. The challenge is in the assembly. The instructions are fairly detailed, so I tried my best to actually read and follow them. First are the mirrors. These are front surface mirrors. They are small and hard to hold. I did better with my second set, so that's the one I'm showing. I'm using the tube as a holder to assemble the mirrors, then sliding them out a little to wrap a little bit of tape around. The idea is to not let them rattle inside the metal tube. Then I blackened the cut ends of the glass per the instructions. Next, the eyepiece. The convex side of the lens goes into the eyepiece. But on such a small piece, which is the convex side? Then a retaining ring to hold the lens in place. On my 2 kits, the retaining ring was too small. I had to stretch it open before inserting it in for it to function properly. Then the little gems go into the other end. The instructions say to not overfill. My first kaleidoscope is a bit too full. The gems do not move as much. Finally, insert the end pieces into the turning and screw it all together. Not too difficult, actually. But here's my biggest tip. Don't do this assembly in the shop. It's impossible to eliminate all the dust. I'll be taking mine apart again to give them a good cleaning. Maybe I can find a class 10 clean room. Voila! Now I have a couple of mini kaleidoscopes. They really are simple and easy project. It takes more time to get the kits and wood than to actually turn the body. The 2-inch blank is overkill unless you really want a fat kaleidoscope. Please click the like button on this video and subscribe to my website and YouTube channel. Always wear your face shield. Until next time, this is Alan Stratton from As Wood Turns.